This is a classic example of a disease that ought to be screened.
It would mean a lot to me if other families didn't have to experience it.
The technology does exist, and there is a way to treat this debilitating and often deadly disease. So why aren't newborns getting screened here in Texas? And why is a fix still years away? We're going to get some answers. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Doug Dunbar.
And I'm Kaylee O'Kelly. The lives of nearly 100 Texas babies could be saved every year by screening for spinal muscular atrophy.
Some states will start doing that, we hear, next year, but not Texas. The I-Team's Brian New has been questioning state health officials, in fact, who tell you, Brian, I understand that Texas may start screening for the deadly disease, but not until late 2021?
Yeah, Doug, and that's at the earliest. This means there will likely be 400 babies born here in Texas from now until 2021 who could benefit from a newly FDA-approved drug, but who likely won't be diagnosed until it's too late to reverse many of the disease's deadly and crippling effects. State health officials say there's nothing they can do to start screening sooner, but some parents say that's simply unacceptable.
Hey, can you say hi?
Hi, my name is William.
To see William Moore speak with only his eyes and a computer is impressive.
Wow, cool.
You
Very
are
good.
quite talkative today.
But to see William alive now at the age of 6, statistically,
What's up?
is a miracle.
They basically told us we had a couple months with him, and by the way, he's never going to move. So not only was he dying, he wasn't going to be able to move or talk or eat or breathe on his own.
William has spinal muscular atrophy, commonly known as SMA. The disease causes a total loss of muscle use. The only body part William can move are his eyes. He also needs saliva suctioned out of his mouth because he can't swallow.
Say, I need help.
I need help.
I need help. And then mommy can get it for you, okay?
Most children with his severity of SMA don't live past the age of 2.
So he's a huge blessing, and our life looks a lot different than other people's lives. I mean, my house is a mini ICU. He takes around-the-clock care from me and a nurse and therapist and probably 10 or 12 doctors and specialists. It is hard. I mean, it's a blessing, and I wouldn't trade it, but it would mean a lot to me if other families didn't have to experience it.
And families should no longer have to. In December of 2016, the FDA approved a new drug, the first treatment ever for SMA.
The effects on patients have been very, very dramatic.
Dr. Warren Marks, a neurologist at Cook Children's Medical Center, says this breakthrough treatment called Spinraza can eliminate most of the debilitating and deadly effects of the disease. But the key, he says, is treatment must start as soon as possible.
The ideal would be literally as they come out of mom in the newborn nursery, as soon as you know what's going on. This is a classic example of a disease that ought to be screened.
Every baby born in Texas has a blood spot sent from the hospital to this building in Austin. Inside, those samples are hole punched into tiny dots, then tested for 53 different diseases. SMA is currently not one of them. But this machine here that the state already has could be used to test for SMA. And experts say it would only cost an extra 7 cents per test.
Going to convene the Newborn Screening Advisory Committee meeting.
Late last year, the Texas Newborn Screening Committee met in Austin to discuss SMA. William was at that meeting. So were other children suffering from the disease. The committee voted that day to move forward with recommending the state health department screen for SMA. But before the state could actually begin screening, the state lawmakers have to approve the funding. The soonest that could happen is the next legislative session in 2019. Then health officials say the process will take at least another 2 to 3 years before screening could begin.
It is frustrating that we do have to wait, but that is the process.
State Representative Nicole Collier of Fort Worth says she sees one option that would speed up the process, but it requires Governor Greg Abbott to call for a special session so lawmakers could approve the funding before 2019.
In terms of whether we could get a special session, I'm not confident that we would get one.
Would you support one?
Oh yes, I definitely would. I would definitely support a special session because one life is worth any amount of money.
They've all seemed to want to help us, implement this and get it passed into a law, but it's not moving very quickly.
Beth Moore knows perhaps better than most the dramatic difference early treatment can make.
Mary, come here. You want to come give me a hug?
When Moore was pregnant with her second child, Mary, she had her tested for SMA. Mary tested positive. So just days after she was born, she received her first treatment that wasn't available when William was born. Mary is now 2 years old and shows almost no signs of the disease.
My daughter is able to talk and laugh and express herself. And every time she does that, I look at her and think, wow, I wonder what William would have been like. Every single day, I just think, is there another one that has SMA that doesn't know? We're missing that opportunity.
So we reached out to Governor Greg Abbott's office to see if he's considering calling a special session to speed up the process in starting screening for SMA. Now, we've reached out multiple times in the past several weeks and have not yet heard back.
You know, one of the things that probably jumps out to you is there's 7 cents a test,
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, that seems like a no-brainer, but let's talk about one of the biggest barriers anytime you deal with something like this. It's the cost, right? So what's on the treatment side of things with a diagnosis and obviously with what this lady's dealing with, what's the cost side of this?
So the treatment is expensive, very expensive. In fact, right now, the first year it would cost about $750,000. Every year after that, because you have to continue, it would cost about $100,000. But it would prevent a lot of the long-term care costs, which for many SMA families can cost several $100,000 every year.
Wow. Well, we appreciate this story, bringing light to an issue that people may not know about. A lot of people.
Brand new, thanks. Great information. So we always make it real easy to get into contact with Brian and, in fact, the entire CBS 11 I team. If you have tips or questions, maybe about this story or something else you've seen, the address, real simple, iteam@ktvt.com.